Well, hello guys. Does this look familiar to you? Aha! It should. Remember this was the customer's machine. This is a Sony SL-2700. It was a customer's machine and he was going to pay me to repair it. And he said that he wanted to do some digitizing of his tapes. And basically we come up with the idea of, okay, I fix it, you transfer your tapes, and then I could have it basically. Basically, you know, saying, well, you know, would you sell this or this and that? And we come up with an agreement that I would fix it for free, so he could digitize his tapes, and then he would give it to me when he was done using it. And he's done using it. And now, of course, the buttons don't work, but I put them on there for, you know, like cosmetic reasons. So let's take a look. I just so happen to have, this is a remote that I have. This remote is actually for the SL-2500 machine that I had. And I actually sold that machine. But this one, I own this remote, and now I own an SL-2700. And I have a remote that works. Now the SL-2700 used the same remote as the SL-2500, which is the RMT312 is the model number for the remote. So let's power it on here. We'll turn the VTR button on. And guess what I have? Poltergeist. I actually have number 1 and number 2. And I believe they're recorded in, I think they're mono. I don't think they have hi-fi. This one does. So Poltergeist 2 has hi-fi stereo, but the original one does not, which kind of sucks. But let me show you the gatefold. And basically they just put the cast on the side here. And basically, so this is actually a TDK tape, and this is a Maxell tape. So what we'll do is I'm gonna take the, notice that number 2 is actually in a little bit better condition than number 1. But let's pull Poltergeist. Well, let's go ahead, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna play this movie and we'll play it back here. Now it's loading around the head and it's ready to hit play. So let's hit play. Hold on, I gotta turn my 1000 on. I hit the button, power button, and it turned my 1000 off. Fast forward. And it's playing. And this is a mono. It does not have hi-fi. If it had hi-fi, the hi-fi light would be lighting up. However, it does have Dolby Stereo. I believe this was recorded in Dolby Stereo. But it doesn't say that it's been recorded in Dolby Stereo. So, I don't know. Usually it'll tell you if it's recorded in Dolby Stereo. But it doesn't say that. A lot of the pre-recorded stuff had Dolby Stereo. If they didn't have hi-fi, they at least had Dolby Stereo. But this film is back in the 70s, so this film came out, probably they released this on beta probably in the early 80s, before hi-fi. So I'm gonna do that because I don't want a copyright claim. A little girl watching TV.
What do you... I can't hear you! Hey, hello! Hello! I can't hear you! Five. Yes.
Steven Spielberg. You know, for not having hi-fi, it sure does have good quality sound. Which is what makes me think that, no, check this out. Oh, it is nuts.
Get her in focus, boys! Yeah, come!
Oh, there goes the beer can.
Open up!
Hey, is that a Sony Trinitron? They're watching a Sony Trinitron television. See? Sony Trinitron. Sony had the very best quality TVs. For this film being as old as it is, it sure plays back really well. But when I buy tapes, usually I try to buy like the Sonys or the Maxells or the TDKs. I'm looking for those types of films because I'm like, if the movie's been recorded on a Sony, a Maxell, or a TDK, more than likely, it's in good shape because they were good quality tape. Scotch was crap. I'm just gonna rewind this here. Scotch was garbage in my opinion. And I know that you guys, you know, there's probably going to be somebody that's a fan of Scotch, and they're crap. They wear out prematurely. They shed oxide onto the heads. And they're just garbage. So let's try Poltergeist 2. Let's just see what this one's like. Let's see if this one's any good, huh? This one's got hi-fi stereo, so that'll be nice. Here we go, Poltergeist 2 on a TDK. I like TDK because they had both reels. If they would have done this and made all beta tapes look this way, I think that would have helped the beta format, because you didn't know how much tape you had left. But with VHS, you could tell right away because it had both windows. And TDK made one that had both windows. You could see how much tape you had. That switch needs to be clean, but I don't have any contact cleaner out to get some. Yeah, this one's in good shape too. By doing this, it allows me to not get a copyright. Apparently they're Native Americans. I think the tracking's a hair off on this particular tape. But as you can see, the hi-fi light lights up now. Just gonna chin track it just a little bit. There we go. Enough to where it'll stop doing a jitter. Tracking on this tape is good. Not as good as the other tape. Some tapes track better than others. There we go. Tracking is good now. Like I said, I could do this and Poltergeist 2, the other side. They're back.
Over here.
This particular actor, her voice sounds like, well, actually she plays the elf, one of the elves on the end of Ernest Saves Christmas. She was, because of her different voice, the way her voice is, it's like almost like a kidified kind of voice that one actor she had. He's a Native American. Is he Native American in real life? I don't know. Maybe, because you can see the skin pigment. He looks like he's a Native American in real life. I could do this without getting copyright. But this one is very nice. Another thing that I did for him was his door. This door had come off, and so I had to put it back on. Yeah, they're in good shape.
Come on, Guerrero. Get out of the park.
Can't we get a TV like everybody else?
No, we can't get a TV.
Great. I'll just have to grow up retarded.
Come on, Rob. Kids don't grow up retardo. Guerrero drives one to left center field. That boy, Guerrero! Did you see that, Robbie?
No, Dad, I didn't see it.
You gotta use your imagination, son. Where's Tessa's baby? How am I gonna sell this Denison housewife?
I don't know, Dad. I don't know.
Anyway, we'll rewind this back and I don't know if I mentioned to you, but about maybe it was 4 or 5 months ago, doing house searching, and about 3-4 months later, we got a house and got approved and got the keys and everything. To buy a house nowadays, it's like 5-6 months sometimes. I mean, to you know, and even once you get the house that you want, or the house that you know, took your bid, you know, it's like several months before you know, get a house. But anyway, to make a long story short, I do want to show my tape collection. A YouTuber was asking about my tape collection. He wanted to see my whole collection, and I told him that I may do a video on it, but I don't know. So maybe while I'm putting all my tapes into a box to go to the new house, what I'll do is film my tapes while I'm putting them in the box, and that way you know what my collection is. And my collection has took me several years to collect, because these are expensive, especially the poltergeist ones. They're really expensive to get a hold of, and so to get these films, they run anywhere from $20 to $50 a piece, because people, they know what these are worth. This particular film, there was another film I'm wanting to get called The Exorcist, which is a scary movie, which is one I'd like to get, but I don't know if I'll get. Another one is what was that one movie? Nightmare on Elm Street is another one I want to get. So The Exorcist, Nightmare on Elm Street. There's a lot of classic ones that I grew up seeing that I want to get. Nightmare on Elm Street was something that my mom would not let us watch. She said it was too graphic, too violent, and my mom was like that. She didn't want us seeing any videos that were violent or any kind of videos that had foul language in it, you know. But now as an adult, I can watch them. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you this. And this machine is now mine, and I have a remote for it. But I don't know if I want to keep it or do I want to sell it, because I could sell this. The problem is with the front buttons not working. That's what lowers the value of this thing. So it may not be worth selling. It may be worth just holding on to it and using it as like a secondary player, you know. But I've already got two SL-2700s that I've had for quite a while now. And I've had them for several months now. This one, the top one, which is my player 1000, the player which is on top, that one was not working, and then it wasn't working, and then I got it going again. This thing's broke down at least 2 or 3 times, so. But that's the nature of these old machines, you know. Sometimes they'll break and you gotta fix them. And I've learned little things like preventive maintenance that you can do to these, and get them going, you know, and keep them from having a problem in the future. Preventive maintenance is what I call it, like where I'm going in and I'm changing caps in certain areas of the board because it can cause certain problems, and I'm wanting to make sure that those problems don't happen to this particular machine or to a particular machine. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you enjoyed looking at my collection of both Poltergeist movies. I would like to see if I can find this movie in hi-fi stereo, but I think that this is probably being recorded in Dolby linear stereo soundtrack, because the quality of the sound is too good to be mono. You can tell the difference between like a regular mono or a Dolby stereo, or you've got both stereo and hi-fi. Because there was a time before hi-fi where they wanted stereo, and what they did, basically took 2 tracks of mono. They took the mono signal and split it into 2 tracks, left and a right audio, and that gave us Dolby stereo, which allowed us to have better quality sound than just the regular monophonic sound. But with the stereo, a lot of the pre-recorded titles, if they didn't have hi-fi, they at least had Dolby stereo. And this has probably got a Dolby stereo recording, even though it doesn't have the hi-fi. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.